what that statistic truly means because I was one of them. Growing up, I felt unsafe, and so did so many of my friends. Nobody ever really told us what was safe and what wasn't. We were handed leaflets and sat through assemblies we'd forgotten by the afternoon. And when something felt wrong, we had no idea where to turn. As an award-winning filmmaker, I'm building the tool I never had and needed, SafeStory. Over 20,000 primary and secondary schools in England are required to teach nearly 8 million children how to stay safe. Yet most still rely on one-off assemblies and text-heavy PowerPoints, passive and with no proof that children understood. It's also a drain on schools, wasting money on printing and teachers' time on preparing lessons that children easily forget. Worse, it excludes those who need safety the most, children with special educational needs and disabilities who can't engage with text-heavy lessons. And the pressure is rising. Ofsted is now inspecting whether children genuinely understand safeguarding, not just whether a policy exists. We're paying for the cure when prevention is right there. SafeStory is an online platform made for both primary and secondary schools, with safety topics tailored for each age group, from online safety to grooming, mental well-being, cyberbullying, stranger awareness. It works on any device, even on an interactive whiteboard as a whole class. So it reaches schools with limited technology, or privately on students' computers with secure logins. Here's how it works. Children step inside cinematic interactive film. Picture a year 3 child walking home when a stranger offers a lift. 2 choices appear: get in or say no and go to a trusted adult. If they choose wrong, they safely see the age-appropriate consequences, then a mandatory learning loop lets them practice the safe response until it becomes instinct. Because it's interactive, and it reaches the children who are usually left behind, those with special educational needs and disabilities. Every scenario is validated by child psychologists and safeguarding leads, clinically accurate and made for children. Staff get role-based dashboards. Teachers see whole class anonymous progress, while safeguarding leads see a child's name only if the child actively chooses to ask for help. Because here's what makes SafeStory truly different. Every child gets a private, confidential way to reach out, right here on the platform. It never diagnoses or flags a child, but if a child recognizes something from their life, it offers trusted resources like Childline and a confidential way to reach out to their safeguarding lead. The child is always in control, and this confidential route to help is something no other UK safeguarding tool offers. And with one click, it generates Ofsted-ready evidence automatically, the only tool that proves children's safety. My customers are UK primary and secondary schools. I'm starting with 250 in North London through direct outreach, referrals, and events, then converting them through free pilots. SafeStory is a recurring subscription business. 850 a year for primary, 1,500 a year for secondary. Once built, each new school mostly adds profit, so my margins are above 74%. And I break even on just 6 schools. And there's a clear route to scale. Many schools belong to multi-academy trusts. Running a single trust could place SafeStory across dozens of schools at once. And affordability isn't a barrier either. SafeStory costs a fraction of an amount of what schools already spend on safeguarding and one-off workshops and printing. I'm seeking around 75,000 to build a platform and produce the first 6 scenarios. I'm raising it and cover working capital until break even. I'm raising it in stages, grants and prize funding first, then a later round to scale. By the end of year 1, I project 16 schools and a recurring revenue of 18,800, reaching break even at month 9. The prize money would help build my first demo and win commitment from my first pilot schools, the proof that unlocks everything after. This is bigger than a business. Safeguarding is a legal duty, but for me, it's personal. These children are our future, and every one of them deserves not to just feel safe, but to be safe. One platform can help protect nearly 8 million children, giving them the instinct to protect themselves, and somewhere safe to turn, but it doesn't end there. I'm building this because no child should feel as unprotected as I once did. Help me make safety a reflex, not a memory, for every child who deserves to feel safe. Thank you.
Are you feeling now?
Doing things way of doing things.
I can't hear what you said, sorry.
Why are you there?
Have you got any proof that your way of doing things is better than the way it's currently done?
Well, there is proof because most schools do disassemblies, and I have friends who have been through the similar situation as well. There's only like leaflets that are handed out. It's not interactive, and there's no proof that children are understanding this, really.
What's the figure that you came up with for...
1 month.
I'm just interested in the build cost.
Yeah.
I think I saw in your business plan a figure about 27,000 for the platform. I felt that was kind of low, and I'm just wondering where that figure came from.
Yeah, I've actually updated that in my business proposal now, so it's 35,000 now. So I took notice of what she said last time.
Okay, my question is more in terms of your fallback plan. You seem to have a substantial build, and you mentioned, if I remember correctly, you are not very particularly technical,
Yeah.
and you are relying a lot on grants. So if the grants get delayed, so what's your fallback position or fallback plan?
My fallback plan, so basically I will use the prize money to build a demo, and that will help me kickstart my platform. So if grants don't work, I will try to, there are other grants I could apply for, like NetWest, UNTLD, there's all those sorts of that I can try. So I will keep trying. It's not like...
Yeah, whichever grant you go for, they tend to take time. So
Yeah.
it's something that you should be prepared for.
Yeah, of course.
Hi, Alima. You are doing so well, I would say that. And
Thank
thank
you.
you for that wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
Clearly, there is a need out there. And clearly, you're trying to come up with a solution. So I'll say, well done.
Thank you.
Children need to feel safe. Everyone needs to feel safe in our society. So you are part of something that is really, really noble,
Yep.
right?
Thank you.
So you're doing well. Whatever it is, you're going on the right track.
Thank you
Okay.
so much.
But my question is, you talked about the schools and assistants. You haven't approached any of them yet.
Yes.
How do you think, or why do you think you will get a yes from them?
I think I would get a yes because schools do spend money on printing for every child and one-off workshops as well that cost a lot of money. And I am combining all of that into one platform. And this will help schools in safeguarding, and it will provide a lot more than what they're already doing, like assemblies and all of that. Like they'll have proof that children are actually understanding it because they'll see the results. So and they'll have Ofsted-ready evidence. So it's a perfect package, really, for them.
Okay, so there is a budget for that. Schools are spending at the moment.
Yeah.
Have you been able to do the justification between what they get to spend coming on ground with you, coming on board with your product, and what they currently spend? What is the safe for them? What is the margin? What margin would the school be saving, and what is the impact of that? So so a lot of questions that I've got. There's also the time factor. what is the response time of your product? Now, remember, someone needs to be safe and feel safe. What is the time factor you're putting into what you're building? This concept has not been tested, right? And you did a projection of a break-even for 9 months. How did you get to all of these numbers? Because you start with the school, what they will save, how they will get on board with your product, how do you keep your cost of production not low to compromise the integrity of the platform, and how do you go into projecting a 9 months break-even? For me, I just want to see that clarity.
Okay, could you repeat the last bit because I couldn't really hear, if that's okay?
So I am saying, walk me through the journey of your data from onboarding your ideal audience, which is the schools.
Yes.
And then what is the interest for them? They're doing it already. They want to see more. See more, is that going to cost them a whole lot more?
No, it's not. It won't.
Yes, if it's not, how have you been able to justify that? Do you have the data of what they currently spend and what they hope to spend from your projection to be able to back that up? That's one question, one side of it. The next part is, once you get on board and you have started all of this, what is the time factor, the response rate to getting a child safe out there? Is it better than what is currently on ground? Do you have a test to this? And finally, how did you come about breaking even in 9 months? That's very, very ambitious.
Alina, I'm just going to summarize. There are 3 questions was asked from Jennifer. One question was that, do you know the opportunity cost for the schools? If you're going to the school, do you know how much they're paying already? So will the 850, 850 if they're going to pay you, are they paying more or less? Do you know this value?
To be honest, it is an estimate.
It's a similar amount they're paying. You know this, okay? Second, that once you start with them, what's your time lead, right? For example, you made someone. By the time you close the deal, they're not going to take straight away. It's going to take time. Do you know the timeline?
Timeline, yes.
Approximately?
Yes, I do. It would be until month.
So
it would be until month 9, really.
Okay, so she's estimating approximately 30 days turnover timeline to close the deal by doing the meetings and calls and everything. Okay, so third was, she thinks that, judges thinks that it's very ambitious that in 9 months time you're going to reach the break even. Do you have any challenging to mention her that how you're thinking of doing that? Any numbers?
Well, I'll be reaching directly through North London schools first. So this will be through head teachers, safeguarding leads, LinkedIn, basically. And I will prepare my first demo for them as well. So this will help win my first commitment of the first pilot schools. So this is what I'm really saying.
Thank you so much. Joseph, you have a last question. We have to rush through as well, so very last question, please. Thank you.
Apologies, but let's get back to
Joseph,
basics.
a little bit loudly, please, or you just put a little bit further.
Hi, back to basics. Bring catering into it. The proof of the pudding is in eating it. Have you thought of approaching one particular headmaster and say to him, look, I won't charge you, I will do this for you for free, and then you've got the experience, and the second time around you can say, I've done this, and I want the grant because I deserve it. The reason I deserve it, because I've just done that, and then you go to the second headmaster and say, I've done it, I want a chance, please.
That's great. That's a good advice he has given you. That is a good idea that go the trial. Go to the head.
I am doing the trial.
You're
Sorry,
doing
I forgot
already
to mention that. Yes.
Yeah.
I am doing the trial. It's a 21-day free trial. Yes, for schools.
Yeah, so she's already doing the trial, and the next time, once they find it comfortable, then the payment will start.
Exactly.
Okay, that's good that you already rolled on. Thank you. So yeah, big round of applause. That's where our question answer finish. So thank you so much, Alina. Please take a seat.